Fulton County grand jury is expected to look into possible criminal charges against former President Donald Trump. Good evening. I'm Russ Spencer.
And I'm Courtney Bryant. District Attorney Fonnie Willis says she is looking into whether former President Donald Trump and others interfered with the presidential election.
Senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell sat down one-on-one with Willis and has this special report.
No, I would say that I probably had the most unusual first day of work of anyone ever.
It was newly elected Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis's first day of work. A phone call from then President Donald Trump to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger became public.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Willis said she felt in the phone call a crime may have been committed, and her job was now to investigate crimes.
Although it's not what we were expecting, it is not what I could have ever anticipated would be going on in my first 6 weeks in office. We're here.
Here is a grand jury investigation of election interference allegations aimed at former President Donald Trump. It centers on that phone call when Trump pushed Raffensperger to find votes and change the count to reverse his election loss.
There's no way we lost Georgia. There's no way. That was a rigged election.
A month later, Willis sent letters obtained by the I-Team to Governor Brian Kemp, Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, Attorney General Chris Carr, and Secretary of State Raffensperger. The letters asking the state's highest elected officials to preserve any key evidence and detailing a roadmap of where Fonnie Willis's investigation may go, from the solicitation of election fraud to conspiracy, racketeering, violation of oath of office, and any involvement in violence or threats related to the elections administration.
We need to have elections, and elections have to be run in a way that the community has confidence in them.
Now Fulton County has convened 2 grand juries, one to handle the staggering backlog of cases. The other will ultimately hear evidence in a case against the former president of the United States. You plan on issuing grand jury subpoenas?
Well, that's the way a proper investigation is done, and so yes, we will issue grand jury subpoenas.
Is it unusual in your mind for a local DA to be opening a potential criminal investigation of a former president?
I've never heard of it, Dale.
Former prosecutors like J. Tom Morgan and attorneys we spoke to tell us the investigation is highly unusual, and any criminal charge against a former president would be difficult to obtain. The spotlight will be red hot, the pressure intense. Are you nervous?
Not at all.
He's the president, former president.
Not at all.
You look at it as just another case?
I do look at it just as another case.
He puts his hands up and moves to block his doorway.
Until her election as district attorney, Willis was a top Fulton County prosecutor, building a sterling reputation and often tasked with taking on high-profile cases and winning. Willis told us when witness interviews are conducted and documents and records scrutinized, she will do what she has always done, follow the facts and the law.
The case is like an onion. As you peel things back, you learn different things. We will treat this case like any other case. You know, some investigations you do and no charges are brought, because that is the right answer. Some investigations you do and it's only appropriate to bring charges. That's the way we'll treat this case.
Dale Russell, Fox 5 News.